Hi, this is Robbie Thomas, Bay Area Downsizer. I wanted to bring you a shifting market buyer guide that you could use if you are seriously looking to buy a house in the Tri City or Tri Valley area. So, in the Tri City area, what I have noticed in the last 3 months is that the houses which are single family homes are overpriced. And why do I say overpriced? Because it's if a house is sitting on the market for more than 30 or 60 days, clearly the buyers have spoken and they don't have a real offer. So, in that case, if you are still starting your process to buy a house in that area, you cannot probably, or you should not probably use the traditional way of getting into a house because of the interest rates and because of the job market situation and because of all the political scenario and the tariff and all the other things coming together too. So the first thing that you should pay attention to is how many days has the house been sitting on the market. Second thing is if you have a realtor, ask them to do the comparables, but do not follow the comparables because the comparables are based off of 6 months delayed data, which is past sold. What you should be really looking for is pending sales and what is actively on the market. And if all the actively said properties on the market are also like similarly over 30 days, that means that entire prices for that entire sector of homes in that similar square footage are all overpriced, and it's fair game for the buyer to make an educated decision and write up the offer. Now, if you don't have an agent, do give me a call at 510-374-2264. Here are the few things that you should do. Number one, I just penciled it down. So, if the houses are overpriced, the first thing, as I had mentioned earlier, is look at the number of days on the market and how many homes are actually active, and then look at the number of homes which are actually pending in that similar square footage in that zip code or even tighter, like half mile radius. The next thing you should do is if you have an agent, ask them if they can pull the disclosures, and if the disclosures have inspections, read through them. Ask the realtor to go through with you all the inspection reports, which is the roof, the general inspection, and the pest inspections. Now, apart from that, there are other inspections you can do, which is the chimney inspections, the foundation inspections. Now, each inspection is a separate company, or it may be a company doing all the three, but there are pros and cons to that. That's for another video. But let's say the company or the inspections are three inspections, which is the roof, the pest, and the general inspections are available. You should go through them with a fine tooth comb and then figure out what among these that you could use as a negotiation before writing the offer, not after writing the offer. Because after writing the offer, there's a totally different form of thing that you can do. And you can call me at 510-374-2264, where I will show you. That's if you're working with me, because if you're already working with another agent, I would not be able to help you. And I would show you how you can renegotiate your price even if your offer has been accepted. Simply because there's more homes sitting on the market. The interest rates are over 6.5% for the 30-year fixed, and you, the buyer, are in premium situation to renegotiate anything. So that is something that you should keep in mind. The next thing is there is a possibility that the seller is not willing to pay for the inspection report, which is what's happening these days. The initial fear of the seller being, okay, it's on the market for 60 days, I'm going to take it off the market. That means I got there's something called a carrying cost, which is all the expenses that they have to pay while they're living in there to keep constant cleaning. They have to leave the house if it is owner occupied, the photography, all these costs which are tagged on. And if the realtor is not willing to pay for that, then clearly the seller has to pay, and the seller does not want to pay because nothing is cheap anymore. So you should consider using that also as a negotiation tactic. And once you have that in your like as a in your toolbox, that can be also used to renegotiate prices and terms. So if you like this, and there are many more tips that you can use to renegotiate or negotiate the price, and if you would love to work with me, and I would love to work with you if you're serious about it, do give me a call at 510-374-2264. This is Robbie Thomas, Bay Area Downsizer. Bye.